Okay, so this should be working fine. I should be live now. It's just receiving my content. It says I'm live, which is wonderful news. We've had 4 seconds. It should show a nice picture of my desk. And there we go. So another nice little impromptu live stream. I'll just pop this link on Twitter, and then Twitter. And then you're just going to see me ramble and hobby for another half an hour. Exciting times, I know. I've been really enjoying this little excursion into live streaming a bit more. Another live stream. Boosh. Tweet. There we go. Not sure I'll actually get any reactions. But, oh, we've got a watcher. That's nice to know. It's not just me on my own. Okay. So obviously I've got the chat running. What I'm going to be doing today is something a little bit different, which will be some green stuff work. What I'm also going to do is just plug my second screen in for ease. Oh. Oh dear, computer's not loving life. Okay, let's turn that on, and should be good to go. Okay, cool. Apologies for that slight delay, but this is another flawless episode of Half Hour Hobby, obviously, which is yet to actually last half an hour. So what am I working on? Well, I'm working on this chap here, who is going to be a counts as Vindicare Assassin, but I've got some work to do, and I'm getting the green stuff out for it, which I'm rather excited by. So, let's just cut a bit off now. Obviously this is the first time you've seen me do any green stuff work. I'm not exceptional, it has to be said, but I feel this Vindicare needs himself a cloak and possibly a hood. I might try. I've done one cloak in the past and it was okay. It wasn't exceptional, but you know, like I said, green stuff for me is very much a work in progress, learning sort of thing. I'm not hugely familiar with it. But still, what's the band for Callum? The band, it's www.anxietyunited.co.uk, #BeUnited. I picked it up about over a year ago now. It's just raising awareness for those who suffer from anxiety. Picked it up on a trip to London, actually. Went there to see one of the mental health bloggers I read, and met up with a couple of other people while we were there, 4 or 5 of us. Hello, Miguel Jimenez. Good morning from California. Jesus, got our nice overseas viewer from so far away. Actually, that's pretty far. How's the weather over there? Probably a darn sight better than Wales. Pretty wet where I am at the moment, to be honest with you. You need one of them. Yes, yeah. It's bright pink, so everyone loves a nice bit of bright pink. Oh, I hope actually I should have wet down the matte acrylic thing. Some noob green stuff work right here. Oh dear. Need to stretch out. How are you today? Oh, and green stuff games. Hello. It's 3 AM and about 50 degrees. Still hotter than over here. And it's 11 AM, so 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sure that's hotter than like 10 Celsius. Okay. Probably got this worked enough now. Let's make a ball. God, 5 watching. Goodness me. Hello. I don't know how long I will be here today. Hopefully the half an hour. But like I said, Amy is at the gym, so just getting my little bit of hobby time in while I have the opportunity. Let's just wet the surface. Oh. What part of Wales am I in? I'm studying in Swansea, so I'm actually from near Portsmouth. Well, in between Portsmouth and Southampton, but I study in Swansea. I am an economics student at the University of Swansea. Very exciting, I know. Everyone loves economics. Oh. Really need some better tools. So yeah, this is not a tutorial, just so everyone's aware. I am so bad at green stuffing. Ugh. Most of it is basically like, oh, I've made a mistake, how do I fix that? Like right now, I think I need more, to be honest. Just realised that I've been doing a whole cape. Oh, cool, you're in Newport, that's not too far. Go by there every time I'm on the train, in fact. Always the station I change at, funnily enough. Even though the train still goes on to Cardiff, they make me change at Newport. Interesting fact for anyone who's ever gotten a train to Swansea from sort of Bristol way. Yeah, it really is just around the corner. Green Stuff Games. I tell you what, if you could just use your name to do this for me, that'd be great, because I am so pants with green stuff work. But I can't not give this guy a cloak because I feel it's appropriate. Learning with Callum, yeah, something like that. I mean, I want to be a teacher someday, but it's not going to be in the arts or green stuffing, for that matter. Tell you what I need to do, get my gloves on. Let's get the definitely not a murderer plastic gloves. Don't know if I'm actually allowed to say that on YouTube. I wonder if I've just been blocked for using the word murderer. Oh. How are you all doing this fine morning? Nice little Thursday. Everyone loves a good Thursday. It's actually my day off from uni, which is nice. It's just my phone vibrated. No. Got a message. I'll look at it in a second. Any nice plans for anyone here's daisies? That's some great English for you, by the way, obviously. I'm sure everyone made sense of that. There are worse ways to spend a day. It's true. There are. There are worse ways to spend a day. Sprue Grey Toy Soldiers. Is that the first time you've come on our live stream? Or first time you've commented? I don't think I've recognised that one. But awesome to see you along. That's one thing I do like about live streams. It does seem to draw people together, sort of like for a chit chat. Let's have a look, see how that fits in. That's quite a long cloak, not gonna lie. Let's just wet that bit there. Obviously it's not going to be just that, because that's not a cloak. We're all aware of that. First time commenter, first time watcher. Oh, wonderful. Out of interest, how did you find the video? Because that's something I'm always kind of enthralled by, is the weird and wacky ways that people find YouTube videos. Because I know that even though Twitter is sort of important, I suppose, in the channel growth that I've had, because I started with Twitter, I don't often get a lot of interaction from it. In terms of getting more views and increased video interest and stuff like that, or of that nature. So I would be interested if you on how you found the channel. I started following on Twitter and just seen you post for live chat. Oh, wonderful! So Twitter has done something. Hooray! Oh, Twitter again. Brilliant. That's what I like to see. Well, this is your first time watching, this is just, I basically just hobby for half an hour. I try and make the most of the time I do get to hobby, and so when I get myself half an hour, I do try and spend it in an appropriate, quote-unquote way. Appropriate for the hobby, not for much else. And it's very chilled. I basically just sit here and do hobbying and natter about what's been going on in my hobby life and what I'm working on. So obviously you will have seen I put up a video recently, which is all about my future trip to Warhammer World, which I'm dead excited for, incidentally. eating bagels with chocolate sprinkles and heading to Cardiff. That sounds like a pretty great day as well. But yeah, so I'm off to Warhammer World at the beginning of April, which I'm very excited for. And like I said, preparation work has begun in terms of what I want to bring and similar. Gosh, this is looking slightly unusual. Kind of looks like a prawn cracker. But he's running, I suppose. So he's allowed to have a prawn cracker cloak. I've got to say, this is my first time using gloves, and the lack of fingerprints is quite noticeable. Living the dream, yeah. But yeah, so that video went up a couple of days ago, yesterday maybe. Oh, it was yesterday. And that was my first recorded video back for over a month and a half. Obviously, I've had these little live streams going on for just under a week now. And that's been kind of nice. Jealous. Warhammer World is a long way from Melbourne. You're all the way in Australia. Jesus. The views. All over the place. Love it. Yeah, it is sort of the opposite side of the world, maybe. That'll do. Like I said, it's a bit of a prawn cracker, but that'll be fine. Gosh, all the way from Melbourne. Really, people are watching from far afield today. I can only imagine that the weather is a million times better in Melbourne. I know I said California was sunnier, but I cannot imagine a scenario where the south of Wales is warmer than Melbourne, unless the Ice Age hits there first. Oh God. So I'm just making a cloak for this chap as well, because I don't like his head. But it's a very old GW Imperial Guardsman. It's pissing with rain. Oh God. What is that? It's hard to believe. Must be working its way around the whole world then. Well, you stream at an insociable time. Well, you will stream at an insociable time. Insociable time. Oh, right, I see, yeah, because I've picked a really odd time on a Thursday morning, basically. Water that falls from the sky. If you've ever made the trip to South Wales, very familiar with rain. Sort of just an everyday occurrence. But yes, I do. I mean, 11 o'clock in the morning is kind of an everywhere's kind of time, I suppose. Right. How am I going to get this to work? God, this is why you should really sort of plan things before doing them. Because I have literally no idea how I'm going to build this cloak. This hood, sorry. I suppose that's a hood in a very crude way. I can just sculpt it from that. Maybe. Oh. What have you all been working on in the hobby lately then? Has there been anything spectacularly fancy? Have you treated yourself to anything new? Or working on a project you've had for a while perhaps? Always like to hear about other people's hobby exploits. I mean, that hood is a little bit big. It kind of looks like a bonnet. Oh dear. Oh well. We're not all perfect. That much is true. Oh. So, let's just chop this in half on my finger. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. Holy mackerel. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. You played your first game of 7th. Oh, cool. What did you take? You know, got to have the details of someone's first game of 7th edition. It's an interesting edition. I think a lot of people. I think it's got mixed views. I am considering starting an Elder Army. The shame. Ah, I see. Was that what you played against? Because I could understand that from a sort of a casual gamer's perspective, let's try the other one. When you go up against something very savage. Black Templars. I'm trying to get Harry to make more videos. Because he's been working on some Black Templars. I say working on, he's practically finished. He's got about 1,500 points or so, I think. And just started Tau and finished 2 Riptides. Jesus, that's pretty cool. Yes, Eldar are very cool, but they're also very savage. Now, obviously, there are ways to take them where they become just a normal army instead of a, you won't have any friends kind of army. But you should always collect the models for you anyway, I believe. My old 6th Ed Sisters of Battle played against a pretty soft Chaos Cultists. Okay. Do like the Sisters, I think they're pretty cool. Although I know the prices in Melbourne, prices in Australia are supposed to be so much more savage than they are over here in the UK, so Sisters must have been quite an investment. God, this is so bad. You know what they say? Be ambitious. And then when you fail miserably, it's okay, right? I had an Eldar army when they first came out in White Dwarf back in the day. Gosh. Yeah, times have changed slightly, I think, on their power level since then. I think they're a little more savage than... Even in 6th Ed, got most of it when I was a red shirt. What is a red shirt? This is new terminology to me. Not hugely familiar with that phrase. Whoa. Okay, well, the good news is this isn't horrible. It's not great, and I've just ruined the cloak. Okay, so that's the bad news. Worked in GW Retail. Okay, that will have probably helped. I think they wear blue shirts over here, so maybe that's... I don't know if they actually wear red shirts or if that's just a saying. Oh dear, I am quite tragic. And you play Orcs. I do like Orcs. Orcs are pretty cool, to be fair. Played a game against a guy who was sort of rewriting the Orc Codex. Back in sort of like taking some inspiration from some of the older editions where they had like different psychic powers or different psychic rules, and he very much made it a Gork and Mork kind of feel to it, where you picked a god to align to, if you like. Oh god, pulled him off the base. Ha! Tragic. Like I said, not a sculpting god over here. Just saying, this is no tutorial. Well, it can be one of those ones where it tells you what not to do, basically. I'll just tuck that in because no one will see that down there. A Star Trek reference. Okay. I'm going to be honest. Apart from the new Star Trek films, which I only really watched because they were actiony, I'm not huge on Star Trek. I don't think there are enough explosions. I'm kind of one of those guys. I like my sci-fi to have a vast number of explosions. Okay, it's looking slightly better. It looks kind of bedraggled, actually, but I think I wanted that. I kind of wanted 8th Ed will be the age of the Orcs. Maybe. I think 8th Ed will be a lot of different things, and I'm very excited, actually. I think it'll be a nice change. Okay, that's also crap. I just need to give him more of a hood. Instead of be so flat and so bad. Man, I wish I was better at this. But you don't get better if you don't practice. So there you go. Oh shit. Excuse my French. Oh, red shirts were sacrificial and died in every episode. Okay. That's nice to know. Everyone loves a good sacrificial lamb. Oh, I'll be able to make that work. That'll be fine. Sounds like my retail experience. You're cautiously optimistic for 8. I am not cautiously. I am openly optimistic. I am excited for a simpler rule system. I am excited for new releases and a change in the narrative. I say change, and advancing in the narrative is probably a better phrase. I don't know. I think it's going to be all kinds of awesome. All kinds of awesome. Okay, let's just smooth that out. Okay, so I think that's it for the green stuff work for now. Pretty disastrous affair, if I'm honest. I don't really want the cloak back stuck to his feet. I want it wispy in the wind, not stuck to his bum. I suppose that could be wisping in the wind. Terrible referencing there, just awful. Shouldn't make fart jokes. That just only decreases the credibility of this channel even further. He is basically just wearing a prawn cracker. That's fucking awful. Let's have it a little, just, God above. Blow in the wind, god damn it. It's like he's supposed to be like advancing. It's supposed to look cool, not lame. Right, there we go. If I can hold him like... No, it's going to ruin his hat. Blast. Ah, that'll do. Right, let's take these gloves off. Have you tried leaving the green stuff to cure for a bit before working with it? I have, but because I've only got a hobby blade, I find that I just, like, end up ripping the cured green stuff. It's a real ball ache. And it's just like, ugh. I don't know, it just makes it a little harder. I have to like work with it quite soft, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. We've made fart jokes. We've made innuendos. There is nowhere lower that this channel can go now. That's it. We're at rock bottom. Yes, break like the wind. I am balls to the wall, running through the lion pen, naked, smeared in bacon, excited. If I had ever heard that saying before today, I would be that excited. Okay, this Vindicare Assassin's not going to be too horrendously crap. Don't get me wrong, it's not good. It's not good, guys. But it's not so bad. And as long as I got a nice opponent and I paint him up nice, no one's going to care. I'm basically just not ready to spend all that money on an assassin. I do kind of want the model, but that is pretty excited. It is very... I won't say I'm a cautious optimist. I'd say I'm a pretty... When it comes to Games Workshop products, I tend to be slightly more optimistic. Sorry, just got a quick reply. I do tend to be rather optimistic because I trust that the direction they're going in now is the right one. As opposed to the past where they were maybe slightly less reliable on releases. It looks grand. I mean, you're only sort of seeing the back. I mean, if you see his... Okay, let's just... what I will actually do is try and get this to focus on him. And then you can actually see the tragedy that is this guy. There you go. So we've got a bit of focus on this chap now. So you can see the work I've done. You can see, if I just pull him around here, his prawn cracker of a cloak. Jesus Christ. I think the best angle is when I do this. However, I mean, there he is. I mean, the front of the hood has actually turned out okay. And when it's all cured, it'll be fine. I just got to be patient. He's stood on a cool Cadian flag, so that's alright. And he's going to be painted like 90% black with zenithal grey and stuff, the way I do my blacks now. I'm thinking of including some hints and tips on it. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's come out okay. Ooh. So this is actually going to be the first ever half-hour hobby that's stuck to half an hour, because I was late starting, and my better half is early finishing at the gym. So I got a couple of minutes just to natter. But yeah, there you go. He looks like Doctor Doom. I'll take it. That is better than a pleb. Maybe I can come up with some cool special rules. I don't know. The idea with him is basically to fill out points, because I have this eternal problem of having about 100, 150 points left in lists I write. And I'm like, well, I'll just chuck in a Vindicare. I'm also going up against something where I think having some guy to hide in cover might be nice. We'll see. Once he's all painted and everything, it should be fine. If you're interested in the actual conversion bits, you may or may not be, I don't know. It's an old Imperial Guard model that I used to use as a Master of Ordnance, but since I have changed my tact with that particular Guard army, cut off his arms, I'm sure he was very pleased, and what I've replaced them with are the Tempestus Scion arms hooked up to a hot shot las gun, but took off the cabling, and it kind of looks vaguely sniper-esque. And I've cloaked over a lot of the carapace bits, so it doesn't look too hodgepodge, if you like. But there's the classic Imperial Aquila on the chest. Like I said, it's all going to be painted up black with zenithal work. Don't be hard on yourself. It's alright. You don't get better unless you can criticise yourself, I think. And it's not bad for a first attempt at a hood with green stuff. And it's only my second green stuff cloak. My first one was covered in fingerprints, and I'm not particularly proud of that. So yeah, it's not too bad. Like I said, it's got the bits. I think the actual model was all one piece. Something is always better than nothing. That's also true. And it's making an effort. I think that if an opponent says, you know, you've made an effort on a model, they're not too fussed. If someone rocks up with a base, or says, this Tempestus Scion right here, yeah, he's my Vindicare assassin with his plasma gun, I think that's when maybe people are like less keen to accept accounts as. And it's all GW stuff, so I could take it to Warhammer World if I wanted. I don't think the plan is to. I never really planned to get... In fact, do you know what? I'll be brutally honest with you, never planned to do this model. I literally just had the model lying around. I was like, kind of fancy a Vindicare. I wanted to try this flag thing on the base because a future product... Oh, you missed the spin. Oh, where were you at, man? It's alright. I can fix this. I can fix this. Well, I mean, I could fix this, but I don't want to spin the whole thing around. Okay, here we go. I've got a Vaseline tub. Okay. How do I put that on there and spin the Vaseline? There we go. So here he is. This amazing camera work and top-notch quality showcase video. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't really planning on making the chap. Just kind of went for it. And it's turned out okay. Like I said, the flag thing is for a future project I am working towards in my mind at the moment. It's in beta stages, if you will. I'm very excited to get it done. And it will be done this Easter. Vaseline, is there anything it can't fix? I've heard it's not very good if you want to actually grip things, but apart from that, it's pretty ace. I use it frequently actually on stuff like bikes, just for, unlike screws and stuff. I got some bolts kicking around that I use it for. Oh yeah, baby, spin around for me. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Yeah, bit of a tune there, just for you guys. Only I can't edit that out of the live stream part, but I would say it's just for you who are watching now. But it's only meant for you, so there you go. And that's about it for this week, folks. So this episode. I'll probably come back by another time for the end of the week. I can't think of a day that I won't be free. Well, I won't be free Saturday. I'm actually going up to play Mike at some more board games on Saturday. Super excited. We've played through the first 3 oh Christ, first three Alien games, the legendary games, and we're taking on film number 4, which he's never played before because he's never got there. So super excited for that. And I hopefully have this guy painted up at some point. You'll probably see him being painted in the near future. But anyway, thank you ever so much for hanging out with me, guys. I really enjoyed it. It's helped me focus on actually getting this guy done instead of arse around looking at models for half an hour, which I am very capable of doing. And it's nice just to actually be motivated by content and people watching. So thanks ever so much for hanging around, chaps, and any ladies who are watching. I'm not sure. Only 2.2% of my viewer base is female, so I doubt we'll have a female viewer on the live stream. Anyway, I digress. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Please stay well, and of course, don't forget, have fun.